Alright guys, got the aftermath here, the 90 Crown Vic. Did pretty good. Heat, we did real well. Car stayed straight, didn't look like this. I actually can't believe how well it held together. Didn't even, none of the fenders or anything like that before. I mean, it was bent in a little bit, but nothing like this. But this still ain't bad at all. Look how the rear end rolled up. It just bent at the first notches and started at the dimples. We had to do a little bit of sheet metal work just to get it back away from the tires a little bit. But I mean, the car's not bad at all. This thing stayed straight. It just bent up in the front, but we made the heat, ran the heat, and did good. Drove it right off the track. It was, like I said, wasn't even that bad of shape. Went into the feature. First hit in the feature, my throttle cable got stuck wide open after the first hit. As you can see right there, I cut it out now, but dummy me didn't cut a big enough hole. Well, it pinched my cable, and now it stuck wide open when it pinched. I mean, it was to the floor. I couldn't even, in the video, I have it posted up there. I reached down, grabbed it with 2 hands, pulled on it, and it still wouldn't move. It was that kinked. So I might have to buy a $60 cable, which sucks, but that's derbying. Ended up also, see something missing there. Lost the water pump. And the water pump and the fan's all connected together. Well, it took the bracket out and then come up here and hit my plastic filler tube here, which I had for years. Kind of hate to see that go, but that thing's gone. Fan took it out. I don't know where the fan went. I had to go out the bottom, I'm guessing, or out the side here. But we also cooked the engine in the process. It still runs, but it has metal in the oil, and it's got like a little bit of a rod knock it needs. I'm not going to run it anymore. I want to pull it apart and rebuild it. You know, if I keep running it, it's going to end up being worse. I'm putting metal where it shouldn't be, so I have enough parts to rebuild one. So I have to see what all I can use. I know I have some 4.8s and stuff, and get that put back together eventually, and that'll be an extra spare motor. But it's just mainly, I'm going to put bearings in it, completely clean it out. Probably send it to the machine shop, have them redo the cylinders, the board, maybe even bore it out. I don't know. It depends on, unless I do got another motor coming, but we're going to put another 5.3 in it. I got to pull this thing down in the front. It bent up, I think it bent up 4 inches. That's all the higher this thing bent up was 4 inches, because it was at 21. And I think it's at 25 right now, if I remember correctly. But other than that, everything did great. Like I said, it really just needs pulled down, and like that just bent back out of the way with the winch. So I'll pull it back with the winch and then lay it over with the sledgehammer. But other than that, we did pretty good. This thing was junking some shit in the in the feature when it stuck wide open. I should have shut it off, but I was like, you know what? I have another car. I have another one of these. I don't know if I showed you guys yet, but if so, I spoiled it. I have another one of these, identical, same color, same car, everything. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go out there and have fun. And it was to the floor. So, and literally, if you watch the video, I used the gears to turn and I mean, I still turned the wheel, but it's easier if you're going and you can't get it kicked around right away. Throw it in reverse, and it'll back up perfect for you, and then you can just throw it back and drive and go. That's pretty much what I did. This thing was tranny slammed at 6,500 RPMs. So we ended up, like I said, the motor still runs, but it's retired for now. It needs pulled apart and gone through. I cooked the tranny. I do have drive, but park, reverse, neutral is drive. So I melted the clutches together, which I can understand that at 6,500 RPM wide open for about 2 minutes. About 2 minutes. No, actually, I think if you watch the video, I think I lasted 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So that means it would have been open for probably about 3 to 4 minutes. So, like I said, I should have shut it off. It was my stupidity. So I burned up a Turbo 400. But I already called the tranny shop. He's going to look at it for me. I just got to get it pulled. So I got to figure out, I'm going to have to probably pull this thing up on the trailer pull the front bumper down, get it back down where it's supposed to be. Now I can fix some stuff while the motor and tranny's out, and then get the other motor. I got another motor coming. It's another 5.3. And what else do I got to do? Now I got to get a tranny, which I'm going to send that one back to get rebuilt. Now in August here's when we run, so I'm probably going to try and get a LS bell. It's one of them aluminum bells that bolt to the pump for that turbo 375. If you guys remember, a couple videos would have been, was it last year? I think it was last year. Yeah, last year, I think in the spring, is when I broke that turbo 375 tranny. The bell broke. I don't know if I can't remember, it's been a while. But if you go back and check that out, that's the tranny I want to put back in here. And put the other motor in, switch the intake, all the front accessories over. Starter, cam sensor, crank sensor, and then that should be pretty much it. And then we should be able to drive it again and have our gears, because that tranny that I ran, that thing didn't really get hot. But just remember too, guys, I mean, I still do it. I know I preach to you, but you know, it's just, the more you run, the more stuff that happens. That's why it's kind of nice to have these videos, because you can go back and look at them. I know a guy that writes stuff down in the book, and just keep track of the stupid stuff that happens. Like, I mean, if I would have cut a bigger hole in that firewall for my throttle cable, we'd never had no problem. Motor would have been fine, tranny would have been fine. You know, I mean, something else could have happened, but you know, I wouldn't have toasted it. But it's just the stupid things that take you out. It really is. Because I know darn well with the way this car looks now, if I would have my throttle and took my time in the feature, I guaranteed I'd have placed at least second or first. Or, you know what I mean? You never know, anything can happen, but I had the car to do it, I can tell you that. It held up really well. So, I just got to get it pulled back down and get ready for Myersdale in August. It's August 21st. So, if any of you local guys are watching, I don't know if you heard yet, but they changed it. Myersdale will be ran by CWP Productions. They're the ones that run Listie down there. So we're going to finish this car off down there, which honestly don't even know if I'll finish it, because if it makes another run, we'll run it down to Listie in the fall and save that other car for next year. Be nice to get 3 runs out of this. But like I said, once I pull it down, it'll straighten this out, and then I'll have to fix that kink. You can see where you can always tell when these go up. But yeah, this one's sitting a little high. We're sitting at 25 inches. We got I got my forklift tires on the front, 550 15s. Them work really well on here. What I liked is no matter how many times somebody tried to hit me in the front end, they didn't catch them tires because they're smaller and lower to the ground. So I know I ain't putting any other tires on, but these, I really like these. Plus they're really thick tires too. But nice thing I like too, driver's door was untouched. There's a little bit of rubbing, but that's just from going up against even the back door there. There ain't nobody hitting the door like the other year. But yep, that's about it, guys. Just mainly wanted to give you a video and show you what the car is like. But it's pretty good. We got 2 more cars you didn't get to see, or you did get to see, but I gotta do aftermath, so stay tuned for them. And any questions, comments, comment down below, ask below, and I'll get back as soon as I can on them. If you guys want to see how I did something, same thing, comment down below, and I'll get back to you. But alright, keep posted for more videos, guys.